Hello, Homestead. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence.
From Homestead Media, this is HHS In-Depth.
Welcome back to HHS In-Depth. On today's show, we'll take you back to Art Under the Lights, an event held last Thursday that showcased Homestead's fine arts program along with local artists and performers. We'll also recap the Johnny Appleseed Festival, the band's annual September fundraiser where students and parents work shifts selling chicken and dumplings. Plus, we'll bring you the latest on Homestead's construction project and introduce you to the newest Sac School resource officer. And later, Emma Newberry has your weekend forecast, as fall brings cooler nights but still some warm afternoons. All that and so much more coming up right now on HHS In-Depth. Hello, Homestead. It's Friday, September 26th, and thank you for joining us today on HHS In-Depth. I'm Emma Munoz.
And I'm Anelia Rybka. And Emma, this week started fall, and it still feels a lot like summer.
I know, with the cooler mornings and the hot afternoons, it feels like fall and summer still share the same day. But I'm not complaining because it lets me be outside more.
Speaking of being outside, last Thursday, Homestead hosted the annual Arts Under the Lights Festival, a celebration of fine arts both at Homestead and throughout our community. The evening featured live performances, interactive demonstrations from local artists, and plenty of hands-on activities for all ages, making it a night to remember. Reporter Jordan Barnes has more on that amazing night.
Don't you love the sound of art? Well, there was all that and more at last week's Under the Lights Festival. With the success of Read Under the Lights last year, SACS decided to host another Under the Lights event. This year, however, rather than celebrating the joys of reading, the festival celebrated the fine arts. The festival featured performances from multiple Sacs Elementary School choirs, as well as performances from Woodside's and Summit's middle school jazz bands. As a grand finale, Homestead's dance teams, show choir, and marching band gave a spectacular performance.
However, Arts Under the Lights was more than musical performances. It included activities for all ages, with some including arts and craft stations, home ec demonstrations, and even face painting.
With this and last year's festivals being smash hits, Under the Lights has solidified itself as an annual event.
Events like this, like Under the Lights, is a great time for families, whether they have kindergartners all the way through high schoolers. It's just a time when families can come together and enjoy the Southwest Allen County Schools community that we have.
But best of all, the festival gave a spotlight to local artists in the community and put their work on display for everyone to admire.
If you didn't get a chance to check out Arts Under the Lights, make sure you swing by next year to get a load on all the fun. I'm Jordan Barnes, reporting for HHS In-Depth.
Thanks, Jordan, for the story about last week's Arts Under the Lights.
And now we go beyond Homestead.
This past Monday, Bill Nye, best known for his TV show Bill Nye the Science Guy, received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. His show, which ran from 1993 to 1999, earned him 19 Emmys and cemented his status as one of America's most beloved science educators. Earlier this year, Nye was awarded the Presidential Medal of Honor. The Walk of Fame honor further highlights his lasting impact on both science and pop culture. In other news, NVIDIA, the American technology company, announced plans to invest $100 billion in OpenAI, the firm behind ChatGPT. The collaboration is being described as a strategic partnership, as both companies aim to strengthen their role in the global AI race, particularly against growing competition from China. Following the announcement, NVIDIA's stock rose 4% by the close of trading on Monday. Analysts believe this could position NVIDIA as a key player, not just in hardware, but in shaping the future of artificial intelligence itself.
Thank you, Anelia, for some news outside the walls of Homestead. Stick around, more HHS In-Depth is coming your way.
September is Suicide Prevention Month. Around 48,000 people die because of suicide every year. That is roughly one person every 11 minutes. Suicide is the second leading cause of death for teens and young adults. But help is always available. If you or someone you know is struggling, call or text 988 to connect with the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
Welcome back to HHS In-Depth. After a long audition process, the cast list for the fall play Rumors is finally out. Congrats to the 10 students who made the cut. Josh Moody, Allie Jenkins, Ethan Bushnell, Jay Haynes, Quinn Bramer, Ella Moore, Connor Clegg, Aubrey Rayesky, and Amaya Mogolyon. You can see them take the stage November 7th, 8th, and 9th in the Homestead Auditorium.
This summer, a new face joined the sax team. School Resource Officer Toledo, who is now stationed at Woodside Middle School, students say he's already made a big impact.
We had SROs in high school, and I saw them interacting with kids and laughing and joking around with them. So that really made me want to kind of do that as well and give kids a different outlook on police and growing those relationships with students. I'm fairly new, but there's already a few kids, as soon as they see me, they light up and smile and come to me to talk to me, and I really like that.
The job of an SRO is to keep schools safe while also being someone students can turn to. So next time you see one of our officers, make sure to thank them for all that they do.
If you went to the home football game this season, or even Arts Under the Lights, you've probably seen the face painting booth. The booth is run by Homestead's Interact Club, who've been working hard to raise money for Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Interact Club's football face painting is a great way that we show support for Big Brothers Big Sisters of Northeast Indiana. We charge $1 per face for any design you want, and all the money goes directly to the nonprofit.
Whether you're looking to add some Spartan spirit or just want to support a great cause, stop by the booth before the fourth quarter at any home game.
Esports is coming to Homestead. A brand new club is launching this year, and starting next semester, students will compete in an Indiana esports network.
This club can just be a great place for kids to hang out, play video games, make friends, and possibly even compete at a competitive level. A lot of high schools, such as Snyder or Northrop, have large esport programs. And I thought to myself that we should create an esports program for Homestead too. The first semester, it's mainly going to be organizing things, just playing video games casually, maybe a few scrimmages here and there. But then next semester, we're hoping to compete with those other schools I mentioned, Snyder and Northrop, in the Indiana Esports Network.
If you are interested, the call-out meeting will be October 2nd in Mr. DeVries' room, B1013.
Some students have noticed their school computers acting up this past week. From videos not playing in full screen, to Wi-Fi issues at home, to fonts looking a little strange, tech has been a little glitchy. If you're dealing with any of these problems, you can fill out the form posted on your Canvas dashboard.
Homestead's construction project is still moving forward, and big changes are already here. A new academic wing, upgraded facilities, and even a redesigned parking lot. Crew says progress is finally back on track, but students and staff are still adjusting. Here's Evan Wallet with more.
When we first started 5 or 6 years ago, it was they gave us a timeline, but the joke was, as soon as you get this, we're already behind. So, and I think that's just on most projects. We ran into the COVID stuff, so that was another reason why things got behind nationwide, worldwide, and all kind of construction projects. So I don't know, we're so near the end now that I think it's just kind of like, hey, they want to be Hagerman, their main team wants to be off-site. in January, so I think we definitely got the light at the end of the tunnel.
While many students have noticed the changes taking effect outside, not many know what's going on the inside. In the coming weeks, students can expect to see a change in the grand hallway similar to what was done last year. Half of the hallway will be walkable, while the other half will be under construction. Nonetheless, there are still other projects yet to be started.
They want to start working on the legacy gym, which is everybody's cut through now to get out of school into the cafeteria. So the cafeteria extension behind the drywall, that may take a little longer. We're hoping maybe by fall break that would be open, which would then open the courtyard.
Administrators are still unsure as to how outdoor seating will work. Regardless, students can expect to see stone benches, a fence, and tables. All of these updates bring exciting changes to the school community, offering students a place to gather, study, and relax. Evan Wallet, HHS In-Depth.
Students may have spotted an unusual sight last week: pigeons inside the school. Where they came from, how long they stayed, and where they ended up is a mystery our very own Kason Johnston looked into.
I got here on Wednesday morning about 6:30, and I saw them then for the first time. So I imagine they got in sometime, Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning, something like that.
Custodian Lyle, with the help of the robotics team, safely cornered the pigeons into a room. With gloves, they were able to release the pigeons outside, where they flew away together. Since the pigeons have been flying, pecking, and looking outside, it's safe to say their release was for the better. Kason Johnston, HHS In-Depth.
The girls lacrosse team is holding their call-out meeting next Wednesday, October 1st, in the soccer field bleachers at 8 p.m. It's open to everyone and no experience is required. So if you've ever wanted to try lacrosse or learn more about it, be sure to get out to that meeting next week.
One of the biggest Homestead homecoming traditions is survival of the Spartans. And with a recap of the event from Tuesday night is Taylor Ham.
This past Tuesday, Survival of the Spartans was held here at Homestead on the band field. Teams consisted of 10, with 5 girls and 5 boys, where they competed in a series of 7 games to determine which team from each class reigns the best of Homestead Spartans. The games they competed in included tug of war, 3-legged race, water balloon throw, water bucket relay, cornhole, frisbee golf, and egg relay race. The results are as follows: Ferda in 3rd, Diamond Daddies in 2nd, and Goon Squad taking 1st place. Overall, it was an exciting afternoon filled with teamwork, competition, and Spartan pride. Congratulations to all the winners.
A brand new tradition is kicking off here at Homestead to recognize students who go above and beyond showing Spartan pride. Each month, teachers have the chance to nominate students for this honor, with winners announced right here on this show. And here are this month's winners. Congratulations to Parker Kraft, Alice Ford, Anthony Gayton, and Madison Rosine. Be sure to head to the main office to pick up your award. And a reminder to teachers, don't forget to submit your nominations for next month's recognition.
Over the weekend, the Spartan Alliance band set up shop at the Johnny Appleseed Festival to celebrate its 50th anniversary. Students and parents worked shifts selling their famous chicken and dumplings to raise money for the program. Reporter Casey Kramer has more.
The Spartan Alliance band has set up their booth to sell their chicken and dumplings at the Johnny Appleseed Festival, as they have every year for the past 35 years. Homestead band students and parents worked various jobs, such as dough rollers, cooks, order takers, and servers.
I'm essentially the student liaison for the committee, so I'm in charge of most of our operations outside of the tent. So I'm in charge of a lot of the fire tenders, the water tenders. I help manage the runners, and I help manage a lot of the cooking responsibilities. And I just kind of help oversee the whole operation and help the committee out with anything that needs to be done. The committee this year is looking to earn about $300 to $400 per student. We do have to give a certain percentage of it of our earnings to the festival in order to pay for our spot here.
The chairs, Crystal and I, we oversee several different committees that have their own separate committee. So it's a big grand scheme, and everybody just kind of works on the buckets and tasks that they have. And we all meet 7 to 8 times during the school year to figure out exactly every detail of every hour down to the last cup of dumplings that we're gonna sell. A lot of planning that goes into it.
The event is also very important for the band's interaction with the community. Many people never interact with the Homestead band students anywhere other than the Johnny Appleseed Festival. Every band member talks to at least a few people at the event, and students working as order takers or servers can interact with upwards of 100 people.
Thank you, Casey, for the story. Now it's time to hear more about what we can expect weather-wise this weekend.
Joining us in studio now is weather reporter Emma Newberry. Emma, can you tell us a little bit more about this weekend's weather?
Yeah, guys, this weekend's weather is going to be a lot warmer and nicer than this last school week. Today has sunny skies with a perfect 78 degrees, making it the best weather for tonight's home football game against Snyder. Kickoff is at 7 p.m., but as the sun goes down, those cooler temps will come dropping to the lower 60s by the fourth quarter. So make sure to bring a jacket that matches the Western theme. Tomorrow and Sunday look pretty similar with the highs reaching 80 and the overnight lows into the low 50s. This has been a warm start to fall, so make sure to take advantage of it by spending this weekend outside before the cooler temps roll in for good. Emma Newberry, HHS In-Depth.
Thank you, Emma, for filling us in on this weekend's forecast.
Stick around, more HHS In-Depth is coming up next.
Next week, reporter Taylor Diamond brings us a story on the new Homestead soccer coach. Catch that story and so much more next week on HHS In-Depth.
Tonight, it's time for homecoming under the Friday night lights as the Homestead Spartans look to avenge their loss from a week ago when they take on the Snyder Panthers at Dave Walters Memorial Stadium. Catch all the action with kickoff at 7 p.m. on the Homestead Media YouTube channel. Welcome back to Down to the Wire as Spartan Fall Sports roll on. I'm Braxton Hall. Let's start with football, where last Friday it was a rough go of things for the Spartans as they fell to Bishop Dwenger 15-3 at Shields Field. Despite the poor performance from the Spartans offense, the defense still had a good night as 4 different players forced turnovers on the evening. Homestead will look to right the ship tonight here at home against Snyder. Last Friday, girls golf became the first fall sport team to begin postseason play. They won their sectional by a decisive 30 shots over second place just down the road at Chestnut Hills. Today, they compete in regionals at Noble Hawk Golf Links, where play began at 8:30 this morning. Last Saturday, the boys cross-country team finished second place in the Flash Rock Invitational. 3 Spartans found themselves in the top 10 individually, with the Spartans' top finisher being Jace Trevino in third place. The boys will be back in action tomorrow at Huntington North. The girls' cross-country team also competed in the Flash Rock Invitational last Saturday, and they too finished in second place as a team. They also will be back in action tomorrow at Huntington North. Our third in the state Homestead Spartan girls soccer team took down the 6th in the state Carroll Chargers on Monday. 3 different Spartans got on the scoring sheet in the victory, and Audrey Johnson led the way with 2 goals and an assist. The victory pushed the Spartans to a perfect 13-0 record, and they will be back in action Tuesday against Northrop. The 18th ranked boys soccer team also faced Carroll on Monday, but they weren't as lucky as they fell 1-0 to the 3rd in the state Chargers. The boys' next match will be tomorrow morning against Bishop Luers. The girls' volleyball team continued their winning streak with a straight set victory against Angola on Monday with set scores of 25-13, 25-23, and 25-16. Lila Tyndall led the Spartans' offensive attack with 11 kills, and Reagan Lyons tacked on 4 aces. Their next action will be tomorrow at the Crown Point Invite. On Wednesday, the Unified Flag football team kept their successful season going as they took down the Carroll Chargers 26-20 in overtime to pull out the senior night victory. The team will be back in action against New Haven on Tuesday. And finally, the boys tennis team, now ranked 2nd in the state, dominated on Tuesday as they took down number 6 South Bend St. Joe 5-0, sweeping all varsity and junior varsity matches. This is the varsity team's 7th win over a ranked team in the past 18 days, and the record improves to 15-1 on the year. The boys will look to keep their dominant run going tomorrow at the Center Grove Tennis Classic. And before we go, it's time to reveal this week's male and female Spartan Athletes of the Week. Nearly every week we have a show. We will select 2 winners from a current sport, and the winners can pick up their prize from the athletics office. Congratulations to this week's winners. From Unified Flag Football, Max Kale, and from girls soccer, Audrey Johnson. Max scored multiple touchdowns against Carroll last Thursday night after helping clinch a victory against New Haven earlier in the day. He has been a steady and reliable center who has made some big plays on defense as well. And for Audrey, she is the team's leading scorer this season with 20 goals. She has been mentally focused and determined to score in every game.
Congratulations to both of you and all Spartan athletes with big performances over the past week. That'll do it for this edition of Down to the Wire. Good luck to all athletes in competition this weekend, and make sure to follow Homestead Athletics on Instagram and Twitter for updates on Homestead sports. Emma, Anelia, back to you.
Thank you, Braxton, and thank you all for watching our show today.
Make sure to follow our socials to keep up with the latest news from Homestead Media.
We look forward to seeing you again next week for another episode of HHS In-Depth.
Enjoy your weekend, Homestead.